It's IBC 2022 and I'm here at the back of Hall 1 with NETGEAR. We've already spoken to Richard about why NETGEAR are here, what they're doing to help broadcast engineers, and now I'm here with Lauren. Hi Lauren, to find out a little bit more about some actual product.
Oh, thank you very much. So here it's all about the AV line of
Okay.
managed switches in NETGEAR. So we have three different product families, but the most famous on this show is the M4250 line, because the aesthetics is right for AV. You can have the ports on the back or on the front the way you like.
Okay.
They are all black, and they ship with a very intuitive yet powerful AV user interface that is eliminating the complexity of IT configuration, usually for AV protocols. And all these switches were introduced 2 years ago with rack mount versions. What is fantastic on this show is that we are showcasing for the first time 2 new desktop versions that are really good, outside of the rack in a conference rooms or a mobile studio, behind the screen, stitched under a table or a shelf. So these desktop new models are very compact. The power adapter is outside of the switch. You still have 8 PoE Plus ports for audio and video. And the uplinks are either 1 gigabit Ethernet, it's good for Dante, AVB, AES67, or 10 gigabit SFP Plus Ethernet for a video this time with NDI and like.
Absolutely. Now, something I've noticed that there doesn't seem to be a fan hole. Is there a fan integrated?
This is a very good question, actually. You need to know that, first of all the 4250 AV line switchers, they have fans in the rack, but we have a software that is managing the fans. So even a switch with fans can be shut down. You have a little bit less of power, but they are very quiet. The desktop new versions don't have fans. That's true. This one is a 8-port with 1 gigabit uplinks. You don't see any fans, so that's for sure hyper quiet. Now the 10 gigabit uplink version has fans, but even with the full power of PoE, 220 watts, all ports used, thanks to this fan management system in the AVUI software, the switch is only doing 19.3 decibels. And between you and me, even in a typical show or studio, you barely
60,
can
70
hear it.
here, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And something that I was also asked to ask about was prices, because I think these are quite well positioned in the market.
Absolutely. So pricing is nicely done in such a way that we do respect the street pricing for our partners, because for professional AV and broadcast, we need margin in the channel, because you have a lot of integration. So there's absolutely no promotion, no e-com or spiraling down effects on the pricing. But to answer your question, the M4250 AV line is very well priced for 1 gigabit and 10 gigabit, largely under typical higher end, or I should say enterprise class IT switchers that are very complex to configure, and very often that does quite less of a job for AV. So I'm not going to give you any pricing right now, but maybe one example that could be worth it. One example for a desktop switch that is fully packed with 20 different profiles, from AVB to Dante, AES67 video, NDI, with all the software and this hardware, you are just under $700 straight.
Yeah, there you go. So, fantastic pricing with support, fantastic support, I believe, with interfaces that we in AV will understand, and a great product, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep. So now maybe I should profit from this opportunity quickly to say that, the aesthetics, the hardware, the software you just said, the profiles, the profiles are the result of 200 different certifications with 200 manufacturers who tested the products and helped us put together the configuration of the profile. But more than that, service and support is extremely important. So these switches come free with full assistance from a team worldwide called the Pro AV Design team that will help at any stage before, during, and after the installation. And maybe you want, as a conclusion, to know why, at the end of the day, why NETGEAR is now the most recommended switch line in the AV and broadcast industry. Well, that's very simple. In addition to the hardware, the software, and the support, we also have totally reinvented multicast IGMP. I know it's not a funny topic. I know that it's not going to make the news much, but multicast is very dangerous. Multicast can flood a network, and IGMP is definitely easy to configure, but it was deficient for the past 20 years because the multicast is flooding to the center, to the carrier of the network. NETGEAR re-engineered IGMP, called it IGMP Plus 3 years ago, and all these switches contains multicast. So the multicast stay local, you have no flooding for audio and video. And that makes the big difference because instead of going to very fancy, complex layer 3 PIM configurations with rendezvous points to contain the multicast better, all these switches come default out of the box with multicast contained on every switch.
And therefore more reliable in the working environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Laurent. Now, keep an eye out for the other interview that I did with Richard here to find out more about general broadcast and NETGEAR, and for any other videos that we're doing at IBC 2022, please look up kitplus.com.